today. Continuing work on the tower. As you can see, this thing takes a lot of metal. There's still a lot of metal left. A lot of braces that need to be put in. Tons of clips. We're also installing all the blocking around the door frames where the windows and doors go. We install a layer of plywood and a layer of dense glass around every opening. All the doors, all the window openings. They get a layer of fire-rated plywood and dense glass. I have a couple of guys up here installing spacers. They're metal bars that we put in between the studs. They help to make everything more rigid. And they help sometimes to bridge spaces or just areas where we need to make everything more rigid, make sure that the studs don't move. These guys here are finishing up the spacers on the part that is already framed. The line running across. The guys got this knocked out first thing in the morning. Finished out the rest of the wall up there in the mezzanine. And finished that wall back there. So now all the drywall is basically up. There's just a couple spots where electricians and plumbers need access. But other than that, the drywall's done in here. We have some guys in here installing the L bead that goes on the edges of the drywall wherever it meets metal. We do all that to help the tape and bed guys. We have another guy up here doing the same. So we need to install those L beads on every column. Again, everywhere where the drywall meets the metal and it doesn't go behind it. Everywhere we had to cut to where the columns are, we need to place an L bead. These guys up here have already finished this first tower. About to move to the front of the building and do the big three-sided tower. We just got a delivery of metal so that they can start on that one. This is what the spacers look like. They've got an angle to them. And they've got these little slots every 16 inches. And there's another measurement in here too for different sizes. These slide in here in the holes of the studs. And then when you turn them, they lock. The grooves lock into the holes. And it helps keep all the studs evenly spaced. And it also helps to keep them more rigid so that they don't move. That way when we put up sheetrock and the outside sheeting, the dense glass, everything lines up where it's supposed to. It makes a huge difference once those are in there. You can tell here how they move and how these almost have no movement once the spacers are in there. They go about every 8 feet. You can see this taller wall has two lines. We're having more studs delivered so that we can finish the framing here. Along this back wall is all that needs to be framed now. From here to over there. That's what they're bringing us today. These, I believe, are 22-foot studs. We're starting to frame this back part here. We got more studs in, so we got a crew framing this wall. This is the back side of the building. All that's left is from here to about right there. They've started to work on the big 3-sided tower, which is the front of this L-shaped building. They finished that one on that corner today. They've just started this one. All the towers on all 9 of these buildings have all been on the corners. This is the only building that has a tower like this on the front, 3-sided. The main building, building 1, has a tower in the front, but it's just one flat. I think it's 3 levels though. This one has 3 faces. And it's the last building that we have to frame. I've also started installing the blocking that goes above every one of these openings. This is the blocking once we put the dense glass. Is what the canopy guys use to attach and have something to bolt the canopies that hang out over the doors and windows. And we attach those everywhere that those canopies go. This is what the towers look like. There's a lot of metal in these. Then we cover them in plywood and dense glass, Tyvek. Then they end up looking like these. This is the view from on top. That's facing north, east, south, and west. There's also 4 of these warehouses, distribution center type warehouses that we worked on. We built the electrical and fire riser rooms in there. Here's the part of the back of the building that's being framed now. This is the big tower. And then there's one more back there in that corner of this building. There's the wall that's being framed now. The last that there is to do, which is the back side of the building. There's the 3rd tower. We've got most everybody outside today taking advantage of the weather because it looks like we're supposed to get more rain tomorrow, Friday. Here's what we look like almost at the end of the day on Thursday. A lot of framing got done here. I think they got almost halfway as far as the back wall. Maybe just a little less than halfway on the 3-sided tower. supposed to have to continue the framing tomorrow and Saturday, depending on the weather. All here to meet up with that wall.